Hi everyone, it's Bank Holiday Monday, 1st of May here in the UK, when it's a public holiday for most people. Some people still have to work, but here I am. I'm being sort of cliched English in my conservatory. The birds are tweeting outside, and look, the cat, this is her place to come in the afternoons when the weather's nice. It's all getting a bit furry, isn't it? Eh, Spice? Hello? Yeah? It's got very furry. I'm going to get to the point, but I wanted a nice calming start. Are you going to say hello, Spice? Hello? You were talking before. Oh, no? Oh, that worked well, didn't it? Never worked with children or animals. She was talking away. She was a very traumatised cat when I got her. And she learned how to live and trust. But she seems camera shy. So I'm going to get into this topic of the fallouts in the XJ dub community, and why actually you've all achieved a lot with the fallout. I know it's horrible. I hate fallouts, but I shall explain my reasoning. In the meantime, this is what I'm having my coffee out of. Keep calm and eat chocolate. So there have been big disagreements in the XJ-dub community. It can't be nice for the people at the forefront of each side. It must be horrible, and it's not nice for people who are relying on the community, have come out of one community, been shunned, relying on this community and seeing dissension. But wait. It can be seen as a good thing despite all the suffering that goes with it. Hear me out. I am only surprised that there haven't been huge fallings out before. Really, how could there not be? So think about it, and I shall use my own experience as well, which I hope will help illuminate the situation or where I'm coming from. And some of it may resonate with you. Some things may not, but I'll just throw it into the mix. So, I've had a lot of experience over 30 odd years of campaigning for certain rights, things that can kill people or keep them alive, fundamental things. It's a huge journey, and along that way you bring in your own experience, you share it with other people going through the same experiences. You use the law a lot to get things changed. That's really the way you get things changed. Appealing to hearts, like if you're a genuine, authentic person, it's quite natural to think, well, if I point this out to a government agency or the governing body, whoever, surely they're going to change. And it's a shock when their hearts aren't moved, and they won't change. And usually the only way to make them change is through the law, or the threat of legal proceedings, or that they know they're going to get their bottom spanked if they don't do something. And I say that's over decades of work in this, on and off. Sometimes I've been a big retreat, other times it's been very intense. So the experiences that I've had have been with groups of people who have been very much abused by different systems. It has been things like medical practices, medical systems. It has been government departments, different things. And it leaves people in dangerous positions. And applying this to J-dubs, it can put ex-members in very dangerous positions. You've got very young people being thrown out with no support whatsoever, people being suicidal, people just not knowing how life works out there. So you're in this dangerous position and you've been traumatised to varying degrees. Now, it's not that when things happen to you, you have to be a victim or it has to devastate and kill your life. But in reality, it does. And to different degrees with different people, and different triggers will hurt and damage different people. That's just practical. So when you've got a lot of people coming together who are bound by a very traumatising and difficult experience, what's going to happen? On the surface, are all these traumatised and difficult and real and painful feelings. And they may be hidden from the rest of the world because other people aren't going to get it, are they? Often it's only those who have gone through it really know what it feels like. So there you have all these people with all these things that are locked, and this pain and trauma. Trauma does things to how your brain reacts. It can't always, I speak from personal experience, and this is medically known. You can bypass the thinking process and just go to fight, flight, freeze, whatever. Old defence reactions as well. And defence reactions maybe to attack back. So you've got these people, all these feelings right on the surface. And guess what? Because they're human beings, they're going to have different opinions about what happened to them. And they're going to have very different opinions to what the solution is. And some of those opinions are going to hurt other people in that group. Because we've all been, and I say this is going through lots of decades of seeing this in groups, because we've all been through a certain experience doesn't mean we're all the same, we're going to react the same, and that we all want the same solution. And because there's been so much pain, hurt, anger is a very natural reaction, of course, how could it not be? Then when differences happen, it can be so explosive. I've seen time and time again registered charities, huge campaign groups, support groups that are set up not by CEOs and people out making money. They've been set up by the people affected. A lot of charities and campaign groups, etc., are set up initially by the people affected and all their loved ones. It's natural to be that. So then you get huge splits, and someone goes off and makes a new charity, a new different campaign, one lot hates the other. It happens. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it happens, and it's understandable, and it's really normal. I have seen it over and over and over again, and it's done really passionately. So is it no surprise that things are happening in the XJW community? It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's not nice. It's horrible. And sometimes, and I include myself amongst this, I haven't acted honourably because I've been so hurt. I hope I'm getting better. Yeah, I'm getting better, but I know in the past I've not been mature. I've gone to an older place of attack to survive. So my only wonder is that this hasn't happened before. Maybe it has in some ways, but this is to be expected, and this is normal. And in some ways, I think it's something to value. This may sound a bit perverse, so bear me out, because when you're in the J-dubs or other things, well, J-dubs particularly, you're in this high control pressured group, and you have to think alike. A lot of you connected up in this XJW community are out because you thought differently. You had questions, and because you asked those questions, because you wanted to know and get to the nub of things, that was it. You were out. So you've been in this high control group, and when that happens, as human beings, it's like a pressure on us. It's like we're being squeezed and squeezed, and everything's suppressed and everything's tight. And you go out, and that's why, because some people just go, one of the reasons, and many, well, people can go crazy once they leave, and get up to all sorts. Maybe they don't know what reality is. They've got no balances, checks. But there's this, once this pressure's released, imagine you had a spring, a good boingy string, okay, and you're squeezing it, and you're keeping it tight. When you let go of that, whoosh, off it goes. And that can happen in campaigning. This spring is being released in people, and it's not just one spring that's released one time and off you go. There are loads of springs inside us that keep being released, and things are going to happen. People are going to disagree, fall out. Okay. But what is really amazing, if we think about it, is everyone came from this group, it's a high control group where they all thought alike. And as people have left, they are thinking so diversely. And there has been great respect, I've seen great respect for the different reactions. Now, some people go into atheism, some people go into a different form of Christianity, some people go into other spiritual areas. They find a different path. And it's been great how everyone, despite going into all these different spiritual paths, which can cause, as we know, so much dissension, it's gone really well, and there's been a lot of respect. But that's a hard thing to do, isn't it? If we think about, I mean, we all value now, wow, it's great to be able to think as you want and explore and find out, interrogate what is real and work your way through it. But does it mean that we're not good at handling conflict when it does arrive? I know I'm not. I was brought up differently to you guys. My experiences are different. But I was brought up in a high control situation. And dissension wasn't allowed. It was very dangerous, really dangerous. And so you guys who are brought up as J-dubs will understand that feeling. And I'm still learning how to deal with conflict. I find it really hard. Sometimes I'm okay. Other times I'm just a child. I'm primitive. I'm just rubbish at it. Okay? So, and also conflict, difference of opinion is very frightening for me. It's very scary. So I'm wondering, and that's even with the experience of seeing it on campaign levels, so I'm wondering how scary it is for XJ Dubs and what has happened. But actually, could you ever imagine being part of a group where everyone disagreed? I mean, that's actually, in some ways, horrible and painful as it is, and it's worn a lot of people out trying to sort it out. I do appreciate that. But isn't it amazing that everyone's been able to disagree and disagree so strongly? So I'm just drawing, you may think, well, that's a pathetic positive, but I'm seeing it as like, wow, how far have people come? They've come a long way. And I know at the end of this, people don't want to be disputing and disagreements and, you know, all the hassle. At the end of it, people don't want it. But sometimes the process to the end is all this, as we say in the UK, all this fannying about, and it's horrible. So that's my dumb ramble about disputes. And as I said, oh, if you could have witnessed what I've witnessed over the decades, the falling out of groups when all these passions are so strong and people's lives are totally involved in these sorts of issues. So you don't go into this wishy-washy, you go into it strong, and then all your old experiences and feelings come out. Okay, well, the cat has totally escaped. That was weird. She was so vocal before. She seems to know when the camera's on. Okay, all the best to everyone. I have a lot of free time, so I do get to, at the moment in various blocks to have a good look at things. And like in seeing the troll videos, because I've been trolled to death of late. What joys. Okay, everyone, it's happy May. Later in the day, and I've snuck up on the cat to see if she'll say hello now. Spice, hello. Oh man, you're so noisy. Oh, right. You're gonna get a hello now. Hmm? This is so funny. Like normally she won't stop. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hello. How you doing? Have you got anything to say? Hey? Hey, little one. Do you have anything to say? Hello? quiet. Hello, Spice. Hello. How you doing? How's it going? Yeah? Is that right? Hello? Yeah. I know. So is it okay if I sit here and I talk to you? Is that bit's okay, is it? Oh, yeah. Little sweetie, aren't you? Yeah, we can all learn from you, can't we? Like we can learn how to leave hair everywhere, forever. Oh, little sneeze. That's probably you shedding your winter coat. Gonna say goodbye then. Say bye. Bye. Who's madder, me talking to the cat or you watching this? Bye.